Hi, Joe. Thanks. So there's a lot of, you mentioned the kind of the hype around LLMs and generative AI. I was wondering about the impact of other areas like predictive analytics and machine learning, because I think that that's in the kind of the doing activity of a lot of management consulting work, isn't it? So are there,
Mm.
well, I guess there's two questions. Are there particular tools in that space that you think are head and shoulders above the rest? But also, when it comes to the mentality of how you might adopt and embed that kind of AI, are there any nuances between things like machine learning compared to generative AI that you would say are different in what you just described?
So you're asking, so outside the generative AI, bubble that we're all focusing on, have I seen anything else that's really working well?
Yeah, particularly in the predictive analytics, machine learning space, and those kind of more analytical tasks.
So to be honest with you, I don't know that space well. I've been pretty much focused on LLMs. Um, I have consultancies that are my clients that have built predictive analytics tools into some of the software that they offer clients. Um, but I don't know what tools they've used. From as far as I can see, a lot of it has been coded from scratch. Um,
Yeah, oh, I
with
wondered that because
yeah,
it helps to have your database and kind of train it on your own data to generate the outcome, doesn't it?
yes, yeah. I haven't seen. There will be lots of plug and play tools out there, but I haven't had experience. I certainly haven't tested any of them. Sorry about that.
What will happen to career paths in consulting if junior consulting roles are going to be the most displaced? What will
Yeah.
that mean for career paths, do you
Yeah,
think?
sure. So the traditional leverage model that is beloved of the big four, etc. What you're getting is a shrinking, and we're already seeing this, a shrinking of roles, and not just because of the recession and COVID and all the rest of it. You're getting a shrinking of roles at the bottom of the organization. The partners I've spoken to in the firms where that's happening, they what their argument at the moment um, is that they're keeping the highest quality people, or they would say that, wouldn't they? And therefore, they're not too worried about that pipeline of talent of people that are going to go on and become partner. But as that bottom level shrinks and shrinks, as each different task can be automated or done by AI, you're going to get fewer and fewer people, so that the pipeline is going to get smaller. And so there's going to be a problem around where did that senior talent come for, especially those human skills once you get to the management and sales levels. So remember David Meister's categories of grinders, minders, and finders. Well, the grinders, of course, a lot of that work could be done by AI or automation, but the management of people might be a bit more tricky, and certainly sales is going to be a lot more tricky. So then it may well be that they get a bit more serious about finding those skills earlier on in the career path. I also think, certainly from my perspective, I'm suggesting to my students to learn, low code or no code, at least if they don't have time to pick up Python, which, to be honest, I think probably we won't need to have those skills. And that's happened in the last year. Python used to be something I would tell all MBA students to learn because it was so useful. Now, GitHub can code better Python than most of the MBAs would ever be able to. So I do think low code and no code, understanding the integration and what's possible is an important thing for graduates to pick up. We're not teaching it at Cardiff Business School. But I also think there's this blurring of what's, traditionally business, the MBA used to be separate from tech and IT and all the rest of it. And increasingly we're seeing Cardiff now offers an MBA with AI. Whether that's set up for success or not, I couldn't comment on. But yeah, so I think we are seeing shifts, but I think they're going to be slow.